Yo, can you hear me now? If you can hear me now, just hit a thumbs up. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about a couple of these early window games. I wanted to highlight the Texas and the Ohio State game. There's more games on now, but I wanted to talk about that game, and I wanted to talk about the Pitt and Duquesne game. I don't really go live like that, but today I'm going live. Mm. Iowa State and South Dakota going at it. The Yotes just gave it away. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on real quick, talk about Texas and Ohio State, and I also want to talk about Pitt Duquesne. But saying Ohio State could have did more, but for his first start, he takes down the number one team in the country. Man, that's saying something. Ohio State's defense, man, they got to be beating their chest because they had a bend but don't break mentality today. So it was a good game, man. It was a good game, and that touchdown at the end that Manning threw. There's gonna be a lot of controversy with Manning. You know what I mean? Because he's Manning, but the kid got a lot of hype on him, yo. A lot of hype, and he went 17 for 30, had 170 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And that touchdown should not have been a touchdown. Like the ball dragged across the ground and it moved when he rolled over. He switched hands, but it moved. He never had secured the ball before. He never secured the ball before it hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I definitely was not expecting a score of 14-7. I thought it was gonna be higher than that. I mean, because college football games, man, they be going off. They be throwing up basketball numbers. So I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be all that, but 14-7, man, that I said they look like the Steelers out there. They had bend but don't break. They jumped out 14-0, and I mean, really, they should have won 14-0. But what y'all up to today? KTV, what's good, baby? Let's go. Yeah, KT, what's good, Joe? We gotta connect, yo. Mike, you watch college football? Ain't nothing, man. I'm jumping on live, man. I don't be going live, yo. I'm a editor. I'll edit up some video, but I don't be going live like that. Who your college football team, Mike? And then I wanted to also talk about the Pitt Duquesne game, yo, because man, Pitt ain't had to beat them boys like that, man. 61-9. Okay, Ohio State. Okay, okay. Yeah, you got a good win today, yo. Hey man, if Saying could go out there and not lose games for y'all, man, another good season for Ohio State. OHIO. OHIO. Yeah, man. Yeah, Saying, I mean, honestly, if you want to sit here and compare, man, Saying did his thing, yo. Like I tell people, man, I'm okay, man, with underdogs, man. I don't be liking all this hype. Let us be underdogs. I'd rather be an underdog than have all this hype. Cause I ain't letting nobody down. Let me be the underdog, man. I don't even know who else playing today, yo. I did check off those games because those the games that what I'm saying I wanted to see, but I don't know, what I'm saying, what other games are on. I know this evening should be having some good games. Mm-mm-mm. Man, Iowa State, South Dakota. Let me see. I know Georgia was playing Marshall, 14-0. Oh yeah, Penn State playing Nevada. That should be a good one too. Yeah, that pick that yes that pick game was crazy, man. Like they started off with a kick return. Like I was like, dang, 61-9, yo. Like they gonna see each other on Carson later on tonight, man. They tripping. They had to beat them boys down like that. And for those who don't know, Duquesne is another college in Pittsburgh. My girl actually went to Duquesne with her smart ass. But yeah, Duquesne's in Pittsburgh as well. So that was a rivalry game. And they said they ain't played a football. They haven't had a football game against each other in 86 years. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. 86 years. And they said that their players, like, so Duquesne football's program obviously is not on Pitt's level, but Duquesne's players weren't even on scholarship until like 2008. So that's crazy in itself. Like that university making all that money and they wouldn't even put players on scholarship. Yes, you do, bro. Man, you need to be watching college football, man. Honestly, college football for me is just giving me a preview of like guys that go to the league. So, I don't know all the teams because it's so many teams, man. It's so many college teams, but I lock in on certain programs. I'm gonna be locking in on if I could encourage you to lock on anything is Ohio State. Because Pittsburgh is drafting Ohio State heavy. Heavy. So Ohio State is definitely a team you should look at. Shit, the Big Ten in general. You should look at the Big Ten in general. You know what I mean? I grew up an SEC kid. I grew up like in Florida. So but I had my eyes on the ACC. You know, Florida State, Miami. I was a big Petey Ward fan. You know what I'm saying, from back in the day. So yeah, you got to. If that's the gang, bro, you gotta check them out, Joe. You gotta check them out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like PA versus everybody, but now I'm like, you know what I'm saying, or an Ohio State fan myself. You know, I like everything Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? So yeah, Ohio, Ohio. I actually went to Ohio a couple times last year. I had got two German Shepherd puppies from a breeder up that way, and when I tell you, man, that's some beautiful driving. It's country. We had to go through West Virginia, but we basically drove along the Ohio River. Um, and when I tell you, it was very scenic and very beautiful, man. So much love to Ohio. But yeah, what's his name? I was gonna say, what's his name? Isabella on Duquesne. Oh, that's what's up, Mike. That's what's up, yo. Yeah, Isabella on Duquesne. I seen enough. Pittsburgh, get him in the building. That youngin hit a double move for their first touchdown, and I was like, oh my god, he broke the defender's ankles, big time, big time. Yeah, much love to Duquesne, man. I love going over to Duquesne. They got a beautiful campus, man. Got a nice little overlook of the city and whatnot. Beautiful. Yeah, Mike, your sister was probably disappointed at the score, but you know we probably assumed that was going to happen. You know what I mean? It's Pittsburgh. You know they talking about Pittsburgh in competition for their conference. So you know I'm proud of Duquesne from going out there. They put a fight up early, man, because they was throwing haymakers back and forth, and at some point Pitt was like, all right, enough of this, because you know Pitt ran that kick return back, and like their second or third drive, they was driving, they was in touchdown red zone territory, and Pitt quarterback threw an interception in the end zone, and then you know Duquesne didn't do nothing with it. They hit it a 3-and-out, and then they had a phenomenal coverage on like the punt that they kicked to Pittsburgh, and they blew Youngin up. I want to say they got a stop on them again, and then they came down and threw a touchdown. Youngin Isabella had that double move and caught that touchdown. Man, that was beautiful, yo. That was beautiful. Yeah, Penn State. I think they up 10-0. Yeah, they still up 10-0. I'm like, they gotta stop playing, man. And this is why college is so dope, cause it ain't no, you know what I'm saying, white flag. They running the score up. They dragging your ass if they can. Oh, you said just kidding? Always joking, bro. Now I was saying Pitt beat the mess out them boys, man. It was like 61-9 or something crazy like that. So they they did what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And what I was about to say, when you talk about rankings and stuff like that, you know, they trying to put up as many points as they can in dominant fashion so they can get them rankings. And Pitt, oh snap, Penn State is ranked second. It looked like they just scored a touchdown though. Hold on. Nah, Georgia ranked. Oh, it's your number two team. Yeah, I ain't mad at that, yo. As a Florida fan, you know there was many years that the Georgia Bulldogs were the Cincinnati Bengals of the SEC, but you know Georgia, man, they got a new coach in there, and you know things started clicking for them. So you know, respect. You know, it's SEC. You know, I say it's crazy like how you like break down like all the different conferences, like SEC, you know, all day long. Um, Lineman, you know what I'm saying? Lineman skill position. But, you know, Big Ten, man, you go out there, you get them dogs, like linebackers and just hitters. You know, Pac-12, you pull out some quarterbacks. You know, it's just spread. And now the NIL done changed it all up. The NIL done changed the whole game up, yo. You know, there's people everywhere now. It's scattered. It's scattered. And it's almost like it makes it fair, but these guys ain't committing to the program. They're just committing to the bag, which I ain't got a problem with. But you know, they can be at Georgia one year and they could transfer to Florida the next year, and it's not just one guy. Like everyone can do that, and you know, and it's like, how do you like build a program if guys can leave like that? You know, nah, man, don't say that. You know what I mean? Like it's just I just watch what's going on, man. I just pay attention, yo. Like, I'm not even, and truthfully, man, I'm not even the biggest college fan, like college football fan. Like, I love college football, but I know some people that love college football. Like, they love college football, yo. Like, they live for that shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll ride for that shit. Like, I remember real quick on college like rivalries. Man, SEC got some of the craziest rivalries, yo. Like, um, Alabama Auburn is one of the most violent rivalries in college sports, man. Like, I remember like this had to be early 2000s. One brother, I mean, the brother was an Alabama fan, the other brother was an Auburn fan. The brother shot his own brother, yo, over an Alabama Auburn game. One of the brothers got shot. You know what I'm saying? Some kids snuck onto Auburn's campus, and they have this big tree on their campus. It's real sentimental for them. I don't know the whole story of the tree itself, but I do know the tree is sentimental. And these kids went on Auburn's campus. They poisoned the tree and got locked up for killing a tree or attempting to kill a tree. Like SEC is crazy, man. Georgia Florida rivalry is crazy, but it ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that. But but yeah, man, I just wanted to jump on here real quick because I never go live. I never go live. But I mean, this has been a cool little vibe. It's nice to connect with people and talk to people and just freestyle it every once in a while. Colorado, they lost yesterday. Forgot who they lost to. Georgia Tech. They lost to Georgia Tech, I think. And it's like Prime got to prove it year, yo. First year without his son on the team as quarterback. You know what I mean? He got to prove it, man. Where we at? Yeah, Tennessee, they spanked Syracuse. Knew that was going to happen. Florida plays Long Island. Man, they better beat them dudes 60-0. Okay, Clemson plays LSU at 7:30. That's gonna be a game to watch. Yeah, let me go ahead and circle that one. Dang, who priming them? I think they lost to Georgia Tech. Oh, okay. I see you, KT. I hear you. I hear you. What? Hey man, hey, plug me in with sis, yo. She worked for FanDuel. Hey man, what I'm saying? I got some bets I need to place. What I'm saying? I need some parlays I need to hit. Hey, shout out to sis, man. Shout out to sis, yo. And she went to Duquesne. We in the Berg, baby. That's what's up though. Going to the Vikings game. Yeah, I ain't never been to Minnesota, so that would be dope. That would be dope. Yeah, like for real, yo. Like that's what's up. Going to the Vikings game, man. I think we snatched that dub, yo. Like if you saw my prediction video for the season, like you know, I had us going originally before I did my prediction, before anything, I just looked at the schedule and I'm giving my prediction based off of our defense. And so based off of our defense, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, last year we should have won so many more games if the offense could have picked up a first down or if the offense could have scored like when they got to the red zone, score more than a field goal. Like so, I'm going based off that. And I think we did get better as a team overall. I mean, if you look at the team, Like half the team that was here last year is not here right now. And I have never seen a Steelers roster flip so flip so fast. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen it happen that fast before. Like usually it's progressive. You know what I'm saying? They filter in, they filter out. And yeah, nah. They got them people up out of here, man. So, you know, I think we have a better team. And so originally I said 12-5, but you know, after I did my prediction, I went through, I said 13-4, and I think Minnesota we snatched that. Ah, it is in Dublin. I forgot about that's that man. I gotta wake up early to watch that joint, yo. Come on at like 9 a.m. It's just I don't know. I don't know if I really like the Dublin games like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh my man KT said, Mike, KT said, let's go, sis. Nah, for real. That's real, yo. That's love, man. Company sent her to Ireland, yo. Whew. FanDuel. Ooh. Hey, FanDuel, I need some parlays to hit, man. I need some parlays to hit. I need a code too, so I can give out to my viewers. You feel me? Like I need to let my viewers, you know, plug in the code. You know what I'm saying? Get free like $1,000 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be fire. But you know, going to Dublin, Ireland for the game. I wonder how long that flight is. It's probably like 10 hours. Well, no, we're on the East Coast, so it shouldn't be that bad. But you just going across a huge body of water. What's my? I was. It's 15 hours. Woo! Damn. 15 hours? Nah, Slim. Hey, we need to touch down at like that 7.5 hour mark. I don't think I've been on a plane longer than the furthest I've flown was to LA. And that's like a 5 hour flight. But nah, that 7.5 hour mark, I need us to touch down and land down. Cause I can't go 15 straight, Slim. You know what I'm saying? I need a half a Zan, 13 hours till I land, have me out like a light. I need something, yo. Can't do it. I can't do it. 15 hours is crazy, yo. Nah, yo, give me the FanDuel code, FanDuel. I need $1,000 for the subscribers, you know what I'm saying? For the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like Bane said, I give it back to you, the people. I give it back to the people, yo. Man. Yeah, man. I ain't used to doing this, man. But yeah, man, y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely do more lives. You know, I like to connect with people, like to talk. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a rival, you could talk that talk, come through, you know, say what you need to say, man. You know what I'm saying? Flock down. You know what I'm saying? The Bungles, the Doo Browns. I don't care who you are, man. I don't care who your team is, man. You know what I'm saying? Come through, you know, talk your shit. But just stay sucker free. That's all I ask. Stay sucker free. Cause when I talk shit back, you know what I'm saying, people be getting, you know what I'm saying, in their feelings and stuff, man. Like I don't like that. I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna talk, talk, but don't get in your feelings. But yeah, I was gonna go to the Jets game, but I'm gonna definitely hit that season opener um against the Seahawks. I'm looking forward to that, man. I've actually never gone to a season opener. So I'm looking to see you know, the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the beginning of the season, everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't know what to expect. So it's usually I would expect, you know what I'm saying, just high vibes, you know, high energy, you know, so I told my partners and I'm a be in the Berg for that. I got a couple partners, they got season tickets. So I be talking to them, and they show love. Like they can't go to the game, they'll slide the tickets to me, man. I'm like, yo, that's love. You know what I'm saying? My other man, he got like a Jersey Connect. So I ain't never use them, but they come through with the jerseys. The Berg is fun, man. I enjoy the Berg. I tell a lot of people, man, in the summertime, gotta go to Pittsburgh at least once, man. It's a fun city. And the Steelers Dolphins game, that's in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a Monday night game, so that's that. And then you know what I'm saying? You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Steelers up, yo. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? But but yeah, I love Pittsburgh, man. I'm trying to get me some season tickets. That's a struggle. But just to go to the game and just connect with people. I mean, you see, and if you go to a lot of games, you see the same people. So it becomes like just like a family environment. You see the same tailgaters. You know what I'm saying? People got buses and stuff. They pull up in school buses. I did a couple interviews with people last year, and so I look forward to seeing them again this year. Just just showing love, man. I got a chance to meet a couple people last year. I met Matt Light at a game, completely random. You know what I'm saying? Dude is just funny as hell, yo. So yeah, man, we have a good time in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? I try to support the Berg in all things. You know, Pitt versus Duquesne. I still can't believe they haven't played each other in 86 years, yo. Like that's crazy. 80, that's longer than most people been alive. You know what I'm saying? Like 86 years. Yeah, I'm trying to debate if I'm gonna go to that Dolphins game or not, man, because it's a Monday night game. You know what I'm saying? But the night games, that's when you get like the flares and the fireworks and the light shows, and you get all that with the night games. And it's a nice cool night, as far as temperature. We went to the Sunday night game last year with the Cowboys that got rained out. And man, that jump was crazy, man. You know, uh my girl's parents was talking about, hey man, y'all better find some cover because it's gonna rain. And did it rain? It rained. Like, you know what I mean? People was, just camping out on the little, so if you watch the Steelers game where they had the wind up staircase, people were just camping out right there until it stopped raining. But yeah, it rained that night. We should have won that game, but it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. Man, you should go to a game, yo. I mean, and truthfully, man, if you could find if you just trying to get in the building, if you just trying to get in the building, you could find some good little deals, especially last minute. You could find some deals, yo. Yeah, so like I've been to games and I see people like getting tickets as they're walking into the game. Like as they're going through the metal detector, I've seen people buy tickets. And, truthfully, you know, I mean, we be in the Berg though. You know what I'm saying? Like her parents still up there. I got family up there, and so we be up there. You know what I'm saying? If you around, you around, and so people they like ain't got nothing else going on, or some other plans cancel. You know what I'm saying? We going to the game, and I've literally seen people buying tickets as they going through the metal detectors, and then they get it at such a discounted rate because people that are selling their tickets, they're trying to make something, anything. Like, please. So they'll be like, oh yeah, these tickets 500. You know what I'm saying? But if it's right before kickoff and they still ain't sold them, like an hour or two before kickoff, they'll drop that bad boy to like 125, and you can still get up in there. So I mean, you can get up in there. Man, you got to meet Terrific Tom. Terrific Tom. Nah, man. Hey, man. I couldn't stand Tom Brady, yo. Like that's man. I didn't like Tom Brady till he went to the Bucks. Like real live, like because I was like, yo, like that dude is the reason why, like that the Killer Bees did not, uh, what I'm saying, go far because we always ran up against them. And don't even get me started on that catch with Jesse James. You know what I mean? Like it still hurts to this day, man. Still hurts. Like right up in here, it still hurts. Whew, man, that still hurts, y'all. And then the next year they changed the rule, and therefore his catch would have been counted as a catch. Cowboy fans know what I'm talking about. Same thing happened to them with Dez Bryant, but yeah, terrific time. But no, that's what's up, man. I like Tom Brady now. I like to just listen to what I'm saying, what he says and his insight. Him going to the Raiders. I'm following that as well, just to see like what his impact would be on that organization. I mean, because quite honestly, except for the John Madden days, that's been a poverty franchise largely. So, they had a couple years here and there where they did some stuff, but for the most part, they've been a disappointment. They've been a letdown to their fan base. But I remember, a bright spot was Jerry Rice and Tim Brown. I was just like, yo, that's crazy. They had Jerry Rice and Tim Brown at the same time. Like they was giving secondaries hell. Whew. I would not want to see them two at the same time. So, oh man, Penn State up 20-3 now. Florida State beating Alabama 14-7. Oh boy, Alabama's ranked too. They're ranked number 8th in the country. So Florida State not even ranked, and they up 14-7. And that's just the interesting thing about college football, man. Like these rankings, man. It's like first they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. Like that's literally what it feels like. Georgia's up 21-0. They're ranked 5th in the country. Penn State's ranked 2nd in the country. They're up 20-3. You know, yeah, nah, man. It's been a good day for football, yo. Like I am so happy college football is back. It's probably another reason why I went live. I'm just happy. Like I'm genuinely just happy. I'm gonna have to put a parlay in for this LSU and Clemson game because that should be a good one. Mm. So, but yeah, dog. Man, and it's like perfect weather too. I thought about going live from outside because it's just perfect weather. This is football weather, man. Fall is here. Alabama better tighten up. Florida State, they about to be in the red zone, and they already up 14-7. Mm. And big hit on the sideline, but quarterback gotta get out of bounds, yo. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, sir. Ah, I mean, so like, I didn't really do much as far as like reacting to like the off season stuff. Like when people was like, who's gonna be our quarterback, and Cam Hayward was saying, either you want to be a Steeler or you don't. I was kind of indifferent because I knew they drafted Will Howard. I knew they had brought back Mason, and so I knew that's not the long term solution. Well, Mason's not the long term solution. I knew Will Howard was the long term solution, and so, but one thing I always talk about in reference to the Steelers is our defense and how the legends come back. The legends come back and they pour into, saying the team. They pour into the franchise, the guys, they give knowledge, they mentor, they're there, they're physically present. And so, what I didn't want for Will Howard was for him to come and be thrown into the gauntlet, if you will. So I like the Aaron Rodgers pickup. Not to give you a bunch of word salad right there. I like the Aaron Rodgers pickup. I really do. And I don't know if you heard this, Mike, but there's rumors that if we have a good season, Rodgers might try to come back for one more year. How do you feel about that? But I like the Rodgers pickup, man. Like I think he's done everything right. I do you know, news came out, I think yesterday, Ryan Clark was like, what I'm saying, he tried to walk up on Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers kind of curved him. I like that because RCB race baiting. RC said some crazy stuff about Aaron Rodgers before he got there, particularly about his age and stuff like that. So um, I like Rodgers, as a man. Like I'm starting to see a lot of stuff because I mean, when you hear rumors through the grapevine, you know what I'm saying? You hear all these different stories about these people. Now that he's in Pittsburgh, I get to get a closer look at what he got going on. And I rock with it. Him as a person, he stands on business, no nonsense. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I like you just because I'm supposed to. No, I don't like you. I don't rock with you. I think Aaron Rodgers largely is a huge reason why Roman Wilson had a great preseason. I mean, because if you recall, before the season started, people was already knocking Roman. I'm like, bro, he was hurt last year. Like one person came on the channel and was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? We've been waiting on him to do right for a couple. for a couple years. This is only his second year, man. Calm down. So, you know, I like Aaron Rodgers. I like the Aaron Rodgers pickup. I think he's good for the development of many of our younger guys on the offensive side of the ball. Not just Will Howard, Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin the third. You know what I'm saying? He could turn Mount Washington into Gronk for all we know. Like, he knows how to read defenses. He's seen all the defenses. He can still make all the passes. When it was announced that we got Aaron Rodgers, I actually went because like I said, he wasn't a stellar. I kind of knew what was going on in New York, but I didn't watch it as closely and follow it as closely as I did when he said he was coming. So first thing I did was I went back and looked at a lot of the Jets games because I have the NFL Plus or whatever. So I was watching all 22 film and stuff like that. And Rodgers, they didn't lose a lot of games because of Rodgers. They lost a lot of games because their defense was giving up late leads and they couldn't hold the lead. The defense was trash. That's why they lost the games they lost for the most part. But the back half of the season, Rodgers was playing on like an MVP level, yo. So I'm good with Rodgers, yo. I'm good with him, man. Like, I think some people get bad raps because even me, like people, oh yeah, he's an asshole. No, I'm just honest. I'm just honest. Like, and I don't want to say I'm brutally honest, but I prefer not to play games with you, and I prefer to just to be honest with you. And as a person, as a man, that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? My dad is like that. You know what I'm saying? Just a straight shooter. You know what I mean? My uncles, they like that. They straight shooters. So it is what it is. It depends on, what I'm saying, what kind of environments you've been in and stuff like that. But, Aaron Rodgers, man, I'm good with it, Brody. Yeah, like if we have a crazy good year, and dare I say like a AFC championship esque type good year. I mean, we not only get a playoff win, but we like knock off the Ravens in the process of getting playoff win or playoff wins. Yeah, I'm good with him coming back because it's almost as if like I said when I looked at the roster, and now Skylar Thompson had a crazy preseason. Not to say he's a starter in the NFL, but sometimes you need guys just to come in and win games. And my case in that point is like Duck Hodges. Duck Hodges, Mike Vick, Landry Jones. You need a backup to come in and win a game. And if I'm talking about the best backups we've had, Charlie Batch and Byron Leftwich. When we had Ben, Charlie, and Byron, yo, like there were games Charlie came in because Ben was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Got a dub. I'm talking like big games, like against the Ravens. Like we won the games like 9-6, like 6-3. Like those games were very, very defensive. So for him to go out there and not throw the ball away and not give the game away was huge. And so, a lot is put into the starters, but you need a roster. You need depth. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't nobody's going to win a Super Bowl or anything without having depth on the roster. So yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Hey man, to be determined, Mike. To be determined, yo. Like I think we got a chance though. I think we got a chance though. Damn, Iowa State's kicker just hit a 63-yard field goal. Iowa State's ranked 22nd, and they're up 27-7. Youngin just put on wax a 63-yard field goal, yo. That's insane. Insane. But yeah, that's to be determined, bro. We about to find out though, man. Like these first couple weeks of the season are going to be a huge like determining factor to like gauge the season. Honestly, by my prediction, I say we're gonna start off the season 4-0. Going into the bye week, we come out. I think we play the Browns and then the Bengals. We got the potential to go up 6-0, 7-0. Like, if we start off hot like that, man, you're gonna see a lot of these talking heads, the first takes, and I don't know what Fox has anymore. They canceled all their shows. You know what I'm saying? Only show I knew of was the peanut butter skin. You know what I'm saying? Show, but they canceled all their shows. So, like, whoever these sports shows are, they're going to start capping for the Steelers show. If we start off like that, it's going to be a lot of love, and that's what I'm afraid of. I like Steelers to be underdogs, man. We play better as underdogs. We play better when everyone doubts us. It is a determining factor of our success. Please doubt us, please. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think they can make some noise, man. Like if we start off that 7-0, if we start off hot like that, man, I think uh we could make some noise. But yeah, man, like I said, man, this has been cool, yo. Like I said, I don't go live like that, but this has been very fun. It's a different type vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type vibe, and you actually get to have like in the moment interaction. So I appreciate Mike. I appreciate you and KT, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Still gang, bang bang. I do appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the love, all the support that I've gotten on this channel and my other platforms. This last month has been absolutely insane. I made a what was it? I made a TJ Watt video, and that thing got like 200,000 views, and I was like, wow. I made a couple Will Howard videos, so I got a lot of subscribers from that. But I do appreciate all the subscribers, and if you're not subscribing, and what I'm saying, you rock with the channel, please subscribe, please like, what I'm saying, this video and other videos, drop comments, show love, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I plan on going to a couple games this year. Um, I went live at the Ravens game last year. I don't know how I did that. I didn't know my cell phone signal was going last. Because usually when you go to games, it's hard to get a good signal, a strong signal enough to even go live. But I went live last year for the playoff game. Um, but I do plan on going to a couple games this year. I plan on doing like last year. I really started a lot of this doing like the pre-game interviews for the games and stuff like that. So I really look forward to doing more of those. I really, Callie, Callie, it's okay. Let me shut my camera. She don't be barking like that. But I enjoy going to the games, doing the pregame interviews because it's like this. It's like the live. You get to connect with people and you get to, ask how long you been a Steelers fan. I met people whose families have had season tickets for generations. Like generations. Like I just started like my family, my pops side of the family is from up Pittsburgh. And so that's how I became a Steelers fan because of my pops. But, we didn't have the money to necessarily go to the games like that. So, we watched the games on TV. And most of my family, I won't say most, a lot of my family from the Berg has moved down to like the DC area. And so like we didn't wasn't no Sunday ticket. So whenever there was a Steelers game on, everything shut down. We watching the Steelers game. So um, I enjoy talking to people. Some people have had Steelers season tickets in their family for generations, yo. Like I know people whose I know people whose peoples put them on the waiting list for season tickets when they was born. I know people whose peoples put them on the waiting list for season tickets when they was born, but they my man Steve, he was like, yeah, but they didn't keep up with the email, like their email that they put down to get notified of their availability. They didn't keep up with their email. The email got shut down or whatever. So yeah, they missed out on their opportunity. They waited 20 years. They probably reached out to them, but if they don't get a if you don't reach back, they go to the next person on the list. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, my man Steve, I was cracking up at that, yo. You know, but his mom, my man Steve, his mom's got season tickets and he got season tickets. So it's wild, man. Some people like they tailgate. They've been tailgating, you know what I'm saying, for like 30 years. Just 40 years tailgating. They tailgating because they parents tailgated, so they tailgate. Like and it's just crazy. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? But it's just truly nice to interact with you. Oh, my old supervisor, his peoples has had season tickets for Steelers since Forbes Field, yo. Like when Three Rivers got tore down, they went in there and got their seats out the stadium. Like I thought that was pretty dope. He said the seats are in their backyard right now. So from Three Rivers. So I was like, man, that's dope, yo. Just to talk about the games and different things that they've seen at games. It's just we connect on like a different level. If you've never been to Pittsburgh, I highly encourage you to go if you're a Steelers fan. If you've never been to a game, I don't care where you sit. Like my very first game at Heinz Field, I was on the 50-yard line. I was up at like double Y. At the top of the stadium, there's a big metal like uh fence, if you will. Well, steel fence, if you will. And I tell people all the time, like the locals, that was probably my most unique experience going to a game because everyone I sat around were season ticket holders. We was at the game. I sat down with my girl at the time, and people was coming in, and so I mean I'm used to going to like sporting events. They was walking in, hey Dave, how was the week? Hey Tom, how's everything going with the family? Like they're having like deep conversation because they see the same people every game, every home game, and they're season ticket holders. And they, like I said, these people been having season tickets for like 20 years. They know each other's families. So that was my first experience at a Steelers game. As a grown man, I thought it was dope. They was up there slapping the steel fence or whatever. They was up there slapping it whenever it was a big play. You know, um, I remember very, very, very vividly. There was a kid. It was the Steelers. Cali, Cali, Cali. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. So my first game was 2016. It was Steelers versus the Jets. And a little kid stood up. People was making noise. He was like, "Hey, be quiet. Let Ben work." This dude was like 7 or 8 years old, and everyone in the section was like, "You right." And everyone shut up and let Ben work. Um, you know, I went back that same year for the Christmas game against the Ravens, where Antonio Brown did the immaculate extension. Man, when I tell you, I get goosebumps like every time I like think about that game because we won it like at the last second, and Yeah, man, it's sad, yo. Killer Bees never did nothing. You know, the Killer Bees never lived up to their potential because when AB won that game, yo, that stadium shook in a way I have yet to feel it shake like that since. Like the ground was shaking in that stadium. Like it was electric, man. And there haven't been very many electric moments since that moment. And I feel like in a way I'm chasing a high or some shit, like, cause I mean I enjoy going to the games, but I'm looking forward to like that experience again. And I really hope that this can be a year that I get to experience that again. So yeah, I enjoy doing interviews. I enjoy connecting with other Steeler fans. When I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, this is my first time in Pittsburgh." I mean, honestly, I'm happy for them. I'm like, "Well, welcome," and I feel like I'm showing them around like the house. Well, over here, this is where you do that. You do this over here. Make sure you hit Carson. You got to hit Permanis. Go to Pepe's and get a Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm a tour guide. Because I've been to so many games at this point. Like, I do feel like a tour guide, and it's fun. It's fun. It's fun watching other people experience something you experienced so long ago, and it's nostalgic in so many ways. So, but yeah, yep, yep, yep. So yeah, yeah, that 70 yarder. I wish it counted, yo. Like for the kicker's sake, I wish that field goal counted. Like I feel bad for him, yo. Like, cause like young Slim, like come on, man. Like I just booted a 70-yard field goal in an NFL game, and you telling me it don't count? Yo, I would be hot, yo. Salute, champ. I appreciate you, man. Salute, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the support, Mike. And I hope to see you at a game this year too. Right now, I know I'm going to the Seattle game. I just wasn't that impressed with the schedule. Like, I know it's NFC North and all, but and we're playing it the AFC East. I just wasn't impressed with the schedule, man. Like last year's schedule was way better, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm going to the Seattle game. I know I'm going to that one. I was gonna go to the Jets game, but to go to the Jets game and then have to turn around and go to Pittsburgh, it was just gonna be too much. And still go to work. Like if I was gonna take like time off from work, that's one thing, but still go to work, and it's just a lot. So yeah, so Seattle, and it's probably gonna be a division game, a combination of division games. So like usually we always go to like the Ravens games. I like a little thing about me going to games. I don't like going to games I know we're going to win. Like that's just me. I don't like going to games I know we're going to win. I feel like it takes some of the excitement out of it. Like it's almost like a game come on TV, you record it, but somebody tells you the outcome of the game, and so you got to sit there. Unless you're just watching to just analyze how the team performed, you got to sit there and pretend like you don't know what's going on, and I don't like that. So I like going to games that are going to be competitive. We usually go to the Ravens games. We went to the Bills playoff game the other year where Mason was the quarterback. When the game was snowed out and people had to dig out their seats. We went to that game. but yeah, I usually go to a Ravens game, Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Like division game, because the division game is always a toss up with us, man. Like, yeah, there's many years where we've gone 6-0 in the division, or we go 5-1 or 4-2, but those games are always close. Those games are always close. So it'll probably be a division game, and I'm leaning on the Ravens simply because I want to be in person to see us shut down that Russian attack. Steelers drafted guys specifically to shut down that run, and so I want to see that live in person. And I'm like, dang, yo, we don't play them till like November, and then the second game is like a month later. So NFL scheduling been real suspect these last couple of years, man. Real suspect. But yeah, like I'm going to the Seattle game. I might do a Brownies. I might do a Bengals. I don't know. Those are back to back weeks, but the Browns are at home in week 6, so I might do that one. And then Packers is a home game. Colts is a see like the problem with the season, like, because my birthday's in November, so like I usually go to a game around then too, but I don't know if I should go to the home game against the Colts or go out west to the Chargers game, because, and I say that because my man at work, he's a Steelers fan. We all connect at work. All the Steelers fans. I got Steelers stuff everywhere in my little corner section of my office floor, and my man, he went to the Rams game like 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. He went to the Rams game, and he told me he was going. We was planning to go, and I didn't go at the last minute. And I was so mad when he sent me video footage. Halftime show was Ice Cube. He performed all the classics. The whole stadium was just like chanting and singing and having a good time. Steelers Nation took over SoFi for the Rams game. He showed me like pregame stuff. It was Steelers fans everywhere outside. And so it was just like, yo, I should have went to that game. I should have went to that game, man. But I didn't go. So, chat, let me know if I should go to the Colts game or hit that Chargers game. Um, or wait for the week after and go to the Bengals game. So, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't finalized all the games I'm going to, but I do know I'm going to the home opener in 2 weeks. And so, and matter of fact, I might slide to the Bills game, because I met my man Chubo up in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And we connected, man. We still talk to this day. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. And that's the other thing too about like going to games and meeting new people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you connect with them too. You connect with that fan base. So if something happened with Buffalo, I usually hit him up. Something happened with the Falcons, I hit my other man up. Like, oh, we was at the Falcons game last year for week 1 at the Falcons. I have never put this footage up, so I probably should do that. But Falcons fans was talking crazy to us last year at the game, yo. Like, crazy. Um, I'm like, we not even in y'all division, bro. What's all this hate? And then when you get in the stadium, half the stadium is Steelers fans. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I understand now. We walked in your trap and took over that shit. That's why you mad. But yeah, last year was the most games I ever went to in one season. Went to the Falcons game. Went to the Falcons game. We went to a Browns game. We went to the Falcons game in the A. Browns game in Pittsburgh, Ravens game in Pittsburgh. We went to the Commanders game in DC. We went to the Chiefs game on Christmas, and we did the playoff game in Baltimore. So that was the most games I ever been to in one season. And honestly, man, it's just a blessing, yo. Like I remember, man, like I told y'all early on in the live, yo. I remember we couldn't even afford tickets, yo. We couldn't even afford tickets. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go to game. I didn't go to game until I was grown, and I was paying for it myself. I remember, man, you couldn't even. It was so hard to get tickets in Heinz Field, like early 2000s, even the early 2010s. It was so hard to get tickets in Heinz Field, yo. So I couldn't afford it, and I wasn't, in my career and set up at that time. So I couldn't afford it, you know what I mean? But I remember going to the Berg and stuff like that and just looking at Heinz Field, and it was just like a dream to go to a game. Like, yeah, those are good memories, yo. I mean, and I know many of y'all like have the same type, you know what I'm saying? Like it might not have been going to a Steelers game at Heinz Field. It could have been something else. And once you actually accomplish that goal, it's just motivation and inspiring for you to go do something else, do something more, do something greater. And I never forget, like this one time in particular, um, I convinced my ex to go to Pittsburgh for our anniversary. I was like, yeah, let's go to Pittsburgh. She was like, what? Like she was thinking like Dubai or something like that. I like, nah, let's go to Pittsburgh. And honestly, man, it was around Christmas because our anniversary was December 23rd. We had just beat the Broncos. This was 2015 actually, the year before I actually went to a game. And on that trip, I said I'm going to a game. I said I'm going to a game. And not only am I going to a game, I'm gonna take my pops to a game because my pops hadn't been to a game since Three Rivers, like, like in the '80s in Three Rivers at that. So I was like, I'm going to a game, and I'm taking my pops to a game. And that next year, I bought tickets. Well, the Jets game in October, the Jets game I told you about when I was sitting on the 50-yard line, sitting at the very top of the stadium. That was actually a birthday present. And so that was my first game. And I got a Mean Joe throwback and a bus throwback. My favorite Stiller. I got that to go with that present. And I didn't care if I was sitting on the roof, you know what I'm saying, of Heinz Field. I had a great time. I had a great time. And the people I met up there, if I had been like in the same frame of mind, I would have connected with a lot of those people. And who knows, I might be talking to some of those people, you know what I'm saying, when I go to the games and I do interviews and things like that. But yeah, like that next year I went to two games. I went to the game against the Jets and I went to the Christmas game against the Ravens, and I had bought tickets from my pops to go to that game. And my pops at the time was living in York, PA, and he got in a something happened, him and his wife, and they got into an argument or something, and she left. She went to the Berg knowing I had tickets for them to come to the game with us in the Berg. So my pops, he didn't want to ruin it. I said, Pop, I would have came and got you, Slim. I would have came and got you, man. And yeah, he couldn't make it to the game. But I hit my cousin on, hey Mike, you trying to come to the game? He was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he came to the game, you know what I'm saying? He brought one of his partners with him. And that was good because I hadn't seen my cousin in a long time, yo. Like I hadn't seen my cousin Mike in a long time. And so it was nice to reconnect with him and and that sort of thing. But yeah, we had a good time that game, and what a way for that game to end with AB getting that touchdown to win the game. And then after the game, we went to when Jerome Bettis restaurant was still there, when it was still open, we went to that game. We went to the restaurant, and it was just like, yo, I'm in the Berg. Like, I always heard my cousins and aunts, what I'm saying, and even grandparents, talk about in the Berg, cause they would go in the city and like go out and go to hit Carson and all these other places, and but I mean, I was too young to do all that stuff, and I'm like, yo, I'm actually in the Berg. Like, I love Pittsburgh, man. I love Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is a beautiful city. I get to go to Pittsburgh and I fly my drone. I do photography. Like, I do it all up there, man. No restrictions. I've gotten, and when I show people, like when I show people my stuff, and they like, man, this stuff look like a movie, yo. Like, I'm like, yeah, man. I get to go up there. Like, when I started my media business, like, I was getting a lot of practice in Pittsburgh because I could fly my drone. It was actually something nice to look at, and they had beautiful sunsets. I remember going out all day long from sun up to sundown, just getting content. You know, um, During the pandemic, I went to Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? I got a room downtown and just stayed up there for like a week and just got pictures and stuff like that. Um, couldn't go too many places, but I went where I find happiness, and Pittsburgh is one of them places where I find happiness, yo. Like, real talk, real live. People always show love. This one old lady was like, "Do you play for the Steelers?" I was like, "No." Why do you ask that? She like, "Cause you have like professional like looking tattoos." I was like, "Wow, thanks, but no, I do not play for the Steelers." And so I get it. I get a laugh at stuff like that. But yeah, so I went to two games that next year, man. Mission accomplished, and that for me was just a milestone because that's something that me and my family just couldn't afford coming up. But God is good, man. It worked out. Mike, you say your first time was against the Bears and it was snowing. Yeah, I mean, them snow games, bro, you gotta be ready. You gotta be prepared for the snow. Like, or that snow will beat you up. You know what I mean? Like I said, when we went to Buffalo for that Buffalo game, uh man, that's the most snow I've ever seen, like in my life. And I've been through a couple of blizzards here in the DMV area. I've been through a couple of blizzards. But yo, that was different. Man, I'm gonna post some content from that too. Like, I just haven't posted half this stuff, man. Like, I just get busy or I forget, but man, that was a lot of snow. The snow was up to my waist. And my girl, she like 5'2". So it was like up to her chest. Yo, Slum, like, we went up that joint. Buffalo, man. I want to go back to Buffalo because I think Buffalo's a dope town. We were staying at like some psych ward that's been remodeled, what I'm saying, into a hotel. So I wasn't walking nowhere by myself. Like, let's just say that I was not walking anywhere by myself. If it was in the middle of the night, I woke my girl up, put some clothes on. We got to go downstairs, and she did the same thing to me. So I ain't trying to hear none of that. But I wasn't walking nowhere by myself. It was a psych ward that got remade over to a hotel, and actually, that's where my man Don and his nephew, um, his nephew got a picture with Calvin Austin III at the Christmas game and a signature, and he sent it to. Well, I oversaw it because where we park in the gold parking garage a lot of times, and the gold parking garage overlooks like the it's a players parking lot there, but it's more so for like practice squad players or like second year players. DK's not parking there, Ramsey's not parking there, Rogers is not parking there. So we go there, we watch the players come in, we see, what you call it drives around, or what you call it, man, he got a beater. You know what I'm saying? He just chilling. He pocketing his money. But yeah, he got an autograph from Calvin Austin the third and a signature. Excuse me, he got an autograph from Calvin Austin third and a selfie. And man, I was so hot because he asked me if I wanted to go down there, and I was like, nah. But I did. I ran into a couple guys through the year. I ran into Ike Taylor one year. I ran into and that same day I ran into Brian McFadden. I took a picture with him, and that's just the thing about Steelers games, man. You never know who's going to show up. You never know who's going to be there or anything like that. So, but yeah, those snow games, you got to be ready, man. It's like preparing for battle. You know what I'm saying? You take inventory of everything you got. I had a bib on. We went out and got snow bibs because we knew it was supposed to snow. We just didn't know if it was going to we didn't know it was going to blizzard like that. Cause I was going to take my Hellcat up there, and I decided not to because of the snow. Cause I ain't want my truck, and with all the salt and everything like that, I didn't want my truck to be in all that. So, but um, but yeah, we had snow bibs, we had heated socks, we had heated gloves, heated scarf, we had heated hats. Um, and honestly, I didn't feel it at all because I was good. Toes was toasty, fingers was toasty. Only thing cold was when I took my glove off or whatever to drink my beer. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only time I felt any kind of coldness. That and like my face. But because everything else was warm, it just balanced out. So yeah, you gotta prepare for that cold, man. You gotta prepare for the snow. Yeah. I think so too, man. I think so too. You know what I'm saying? So, Chargers and the Chargers game last year in the Berg, man, that was a good game. So, like I said, I like to go to games. I don't want to guarantee that we're going to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, the way the Steelers play sometimes pisses me off because games we should win, they don't win. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that kind of makes me angry. We losing to people we shouldn't be losing to, like the Colts. Like we lost to the Colts, like the last 2 or 3 years. We played them on Thanksgiving. Um, I think the year before last, and then we played them again last year when Flacco was playing with them, and we lost both of those games. And my supervisor now is a Colts fan, so I hear it. Like whenever we lose to them, I hear it, and I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing it. We got to beat the Colts this year, man. Got to beat the Colts this year. Got to. Yeah, Green Bay is another one of them places with snow. Like you always hear about the cheese. Nah, they got the snow. They got the snow too. So, but yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, these college games. What time is it? I gotta give me something to eat before for that LSU game. I'm still trying to work on my menus and stuff for the season. We experiment with a lot of stuff, and so like my menu, I made like some homemade loaded nachos. Um, and I started doing stuff like that because you go out here, you pay like $15-$20 for loaded nachos, and all they do is give you a bag of chips. It's not even there's no protein on it whatsoever. They give you like first of all, I stopped kind of eating sour cream. Well, I'll eat it, but it's not my first choice anymore. I get plain Greek yogurt. So I get to make loaded nachos and I actually load it up. You know what I'm saying? Meatballs, tuna salad. I call it tuna salad boats. I use like some, I think that's romaine lettuce, and eat it like a sandwich with the lettuce. Um, of course, I like to grill. I like to grill the ribs, chicken, burgers, brats, the usual stuff, man. I mean, it's fall time, the weather's good, so I really just be vibing out. Like if I'm not at a game, I'm just vibing out, man. And honestly, like not going to a game, it's just like a chill day for me because I can wake up at like 11, hop on the PlayStation, what I'm saying, throw some music on, you know. Last year, man, Chris Stapleton was my guy. When I tell you, man, that was my game day turn up was with Chris Stapleton, man. And in full circle, what I'm saying? Another thing, I said I had never went to concerts. And so my girl was like, "We gonna change that." So I for my birthday, she got me tickets to go see Shabuzi down here in DC. And so that was just such a vibe. And like everybody just had such a good time. And I learned a lot about Shabuzi. I didn't know he was from the area. So yeah, man, got to see Shabuzi. And so as a payback, I took her to go see I was telling everybody, we're going to see Chris Stapleton. We're going to see Chris Stapleton for her birthday. We're going to see Chris Stapleton. And they was like, yo, ain't George Strait gonna be there too? I'm like, yeah. But we're going to see Chris Stapleton. They like, yo, George Strait is the headliner. George Strait is the guy. I was like, who? And so so I got put on to George Strait. And I'm like, yo, that was a good concert, man. And I think that was he said that's gonna be his last concert or whatever, but I'm like, yo, he still got it, yo. He need to do more. I definitely, and we always try to go back to the Berg for everything. So we went to the concert up in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Had a good time, man. Had a good time. But yeah, Chris Stapleton was the pregame guy last year, man. And so yeah, I can put the PlayStation on, put some music on, chill with the pups. You know, my baby girl was making noise a few minutes ago, but now she's laying down. Um, and so that's the main thing. I just get to chill, just get to relax. Like game days and in the Berg, it's like, man, we gotta wake up like early, like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We usually get down to the stadium around like 9:30, 10. Because we don't want to be sitting in a tunnel, or we don't want to be sitting on the West End Bridge or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes like 35, 45 minutes to get to your garage and park when I can just cruise in, park, and watch everyone else sit bumper to bumper in the parking lot. So yeah, we go down that bad boy early. Um, but yeah, for the most part, that's all I had. I really just wanted to talk about the Ohio State Texas game and the Pitt Duquesne game, and it kind of spiraled out into all the other stuff I talked about. But Mike, I appreciate you and KT um for dropping questions and just topics of discussion. Well, contributing to the topics of discussion. But yeah, I'll probably definitely do this again, y'all, because I enjoy sharing you know my experiences in the Berg, and going to the games. You know, I just Pittsburgh has changed a lot, especially like the Strip District. Because I used to go to that dang, what hotel was that? It's in the Strip, brand new. It's a Hilton hotel, but they come out, they valet park your car and all this other stuff. And I'm talking like 2015, 2016. No, definitely 2015. And I started going over there. And when I tell you the Strip, man, it's night and day. I'm a divulge into that more of that later, but that thought just crossed my mind too. I used to be in the Strip, like. It was the strip. You go over there for a sandwich, you might get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like it was real like forgotten. Like it was like almost like, the city forgot it was even there. Everything was ran down. Nothing like what it is right now. You know, but I was getting my DeLucas. I was gonna make sure I got my DeLucas. Like as soon as I dropped the bags, going to DeLucas. And then I started going to Pamela's. Um, so, you know, got a couple spots in the strip. And I remember when even back then the Permanis over there, that's the original Permanis is in the strip. It was 24 hours. I don't know. I don't think it's 24 hours anymore. I don't think it's 24 hours anymore. But man, I used to roll over to Permanis like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, like walk, like walk to Permanis like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Get my colossal and roll out. And nah, man, I love the bird, man. I love the bird. But yeah, that's all I got for now, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I'm gonna do a couple more lives here and there. For now, I might try to commit to doing a live on Saturdays. For college football, because I don't know how people do it. They go live for like the games, like our games, and I'm like, I'll be locked in. I ain't, like I got games on right now, but I ain't really paying. I'm paying attention to them, but I'm not like I feel like I study Steeler games, like, and I can't do it. At least if y'all say y'all want to go live for a game, I'll go live for a game. But yeah, man, I'll be locked in, yo. I'll be locked in. So, but now I definitely feel like I can commit to, you know, doing like college game day live streams and stuff like that if I'm not working, and just to interact with y'all, just to talk and that sort of thing. But until the next one, man, y'all stay up, y'all stay blessed. And I'm gonna holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stay sucker free. Peace.